jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Saying that you're the best, you gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy, is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports, talking way too much, world come back. Sports,
Yo, shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game, A-Side official. No negotiation needed, period. You already know WCS back in the building. What's good? Salute to everyone that's en route. As always, supporting the channel. Big Blunts and Boxing on deck. I see you. What it do, man? We have some hot topics, of course. We got to get down to some fogginess that's going on in 2025. You would think that boxing fans would be happy, being that we in a new year and we have an actual calendar that's pretty heavy. I mean, we just finished seeing Morrell take his first defeat versus Benavidez. Both fighters went in there and did what they were supposed to. Very exciting, entertaining fight. Wasn't sloppy, wasn't a lot of holding and shit like that. That's one thing that I think a lot of casuals overlook too. Even the hardcores. This fight didn't consist of a lot of holding. It was pretty much, you punch, I punch. You know what I'm saying? Tit for tat. You go, I go. I mean, both fighters gave a pretty damn good, respectable account of themselves for this fight. It just seems to be continuous, like find one fighter that you want to hate on, go to that one, wear it out to the next one, and then the next one, and then the next one. I just don't see this going down like that in MMA. But in boxing, it just seems like, man, sometimes you in an adult nursery. I'm just saying, it's a lot of crybabies in here that just want to create storylines on fighters instead of just talking about the fight itself. You know what I'm saying? The fight itself, yo. The fight itself is what matters. At 175 pounds, the winner potentially will take on Beterbiev, Beterbiev, Bivol winner. To me, that's a big deal. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's a big deal. Because that would be an exciting fight, to be honest with you. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We know that February 22nd card is absolutely lit. I mean, it's no half stepping in that. That shit is lit. Like Tamil would say, too legit to quit. Hey, too legit. I mean, that fight card is legit. But I want to give another big shout out to David Morrell. You know what I'm saying? You did better than I thought you was going to do. For real. But I was right about you. The lack of experience that you had with them 11 fights showed. It showed. Seriously showed. But, I'm a man about mine, and I'll give you your due respect, bro. You did better than what I thought in that fight. Now, for me, I don't think you closed the gap on Benavidez if you was to fight him 4 more times. I don't think Morrell closes the gap on Benavidez. I just think Benavidez just keeps getting better and better on finding ways on how to consistently beat David Morrell in the fight. He selected to go in there with a mean streak about him. We know Benavidez got a mean streak. He went in there very vicious, extremely vicious. And, that might have played a role in Benavidez trying to go in there and fold him up and send him out, early in the fight. So, he could have fought a bit more patiently, a bit more technical, strategic offensive game plan that would have played out just a little bit different. But he went in bombs over Baghdad, which caused him to get hit more than we thought he was going to get hit. But that's nothing new for Benavidez. I mean, he gets hit in the face. That's nothing. What I don't like is when you want to take one round like you did Haney and act like a fighter that's clearly winning a fight. He gets countered. Morrell gets his one moment. And then we're going to act like both fighters that like Benavidez didn't return fire and like Morrell didn't turn fire. I mean, come on, man. He never faltered. Yeah, his knees, bent a little bit, but he never touched the canvas. He fought through that shit. Even his eyes widen up and say, yeah, now you done activated door number 3, Diablo. You know what I'm saying? The devil came out of Benavidez. Shit. Y'all, I don't know, man. It's like an adult nursery when it comes to these boxing fans, because they thrive more on chasing down freaking gossip titles, creating these damn reality show rumors, and they go about talking about these fighters and what they think of them on some shit that's casuals wouldn't even say. The casuals wouldn't even say that shit. I mean, it's almost like you doing this for play. I don't get it, man. I guess what I'm trying to say, I don't see any growth in the boxing community as a whole. Like when it comes to the masses, I don't see growth in this community. All they want to do is just talk about gossip. Circus behavior, clownish mannerisms, always trying to come up with something that inspires them to go over here and down a fighter and talk shit. Clearly, that fight right there was tweaking. How much soon I come home? You know what I'm saying? They was tweaking in there. You got a damn good fight. You got a banger from Fulton and freaking Figueroa. You got a banger from freaking Isaac Cruz and Fierro. I mean, you want to talk about fireworks and cracking your hand over somebody's head, treating it like it's goddamn walnut season. I mean, those guys had very minimal defense, but the fight was impactful. People was tuned in. What's the problem? What's the problem with these cats whining? Are y'all only whining because the pay-per-view was $80-something? Get the fuck over it. You know, one thing I must put out there as a message, a PSA, is that if you have a problem with the price, you have an option that's out there that you don't have to pay it. It doesn't take you to get a psychological examination to figure this shit out. You don't have to get a tutor to spin you up to speed and say, yeah, that's how you're supposed to process that information right there. Okay, we got it. I know you owe this shit. You should have already got this, before you was 10. But that's how you handle that right there. You know what I'm saying? That's how you handle it. We don't need no brainstorming freaking exercises to give you. You know what I'm saying? And promising you get a treat, a lollipop at the end of the exercise. I'm just looking at it like, sometimes I get the impression they don't even want to see boxing. Like that was a hell of a motherfucking fight card. That was a sleeper a little bit. That PBC card was a sleeper. It was a sleeper. But when are we gonna stop looking at the fighters' names, and if they're not on our favorite to-do list, we gonna shit on them? I mean, obviously, if you're talking post-fight, there was some bangers on there. I mean, look at Stephen Fulton. He went viral based off an outfit, right? Initially, Philly stumping Timbs. He came in that Philly style, stumping in the Timbs with some shorts on, all that shit, man. And I'm like, he went in there and made Figueroa look like they never even fought before. You want to talk about showing off? Stephen Fulton went in there and went viral from an outfit, and then had the fight fans in attendance kind of flustered, like, what are we watching here? I thought this was gonna be more competitive. Fulton just making this seems like he got a whole nother fight plan. What the fuck? Shout out to the OG Bruce Gas, man. What's good? Andrew Charles on deck. Mike in the building. Carlos Rosado on deck. I see you. OG Mr. Golden on deck. He said, I knew something was up when I saw a post that said fight was being finalized for September. And the next post I see Canelo versus Jake in May. Like I always say, if I don't see a press conference, it's not real. Shout out to Carlos for the comment. Salute to you. But I'm just not feeling what I see going on right now. Let me transition out of this to, this is the Hot Grease Chronicles EP 443 over at Cinco de Crawford. Of course, we standing tall waiting for that September fight. We waiting for the presser. We waiting for the official announcement. But I must address what has been floating out here on the surface as always. No. It's nothing different than the turds that you used to seeing. I have to address the turds that's floating out here on the surface of these boxing topics. All right. I want to talk about the Ryan Garcia situation. All right. You have heard that Ryan Garcia is back with Eddie Reynoso. I mean, when you heard that news, what did you say, y'all? Be honest. What did you say? Was it like, did it hit you lukewarm? Like, did you say to yourself, okay, all right, Ryan Garcia back, Canelo still with Eddie Reynoso. That's going to be for life. But, Ryan Garcia left Derrick James. And, I said to myself, now he can have a clearance sale to get rid of all the other equipment in there since he's about to retire. And, I was thinking about taking a trip up there and see, can I, find some old Spence gear hanging out there. You know what I'm saying? Some worn gloves or something. He may have left some hand wraps from the T-Mobile massacre. And I think them would be a pretty good penny on eBay. You feel me? I just want to go over there, but I'm not saying it's closed down or nothing. I'm just saying that Ryan Garcia, the fighter that Derrick James said that was his last fighter, has left the building. You know what I'm saying? He has left the building. He's back with Eddie Reynoso, y'all. And if you like me, I said, WTF. 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 How is he back with Eddie Reynoso when Ryan's supposed to be stepping up to 147 for a potential rematch with Devin Haney? But you also have Teofimo Lopez, who has a fight coming up at 140. If he wins or whatever the case, however that transition goes, I have to check the paperwork. He may potentially move up to 147 to fight Ennis. The winner of whoever wins that fight. Look, I keep on saying Teo because Hitchens has not been in the equation. If he beats Teo, he's fighting Jaron Ennis. He ain't made no statement or anything. If I win, I'm going up to 147. No, it's just been Teo. So look. Teo is currently with Eddie Reynoso. We know that. So he also is a part, somehow, some way, of Turkey Al-Sheik's little, somewhat crystal ball welterweight tournament that they threw together. You know what I'm saying? A couple of jelly beans in the jar, to be honest. If Teo beats and go up there and fight Jaron Ennis, I don't see him beating Jaron Ennis, but there may be a conflict of interest, right? Because I look at it like, let's just say, T.O., in a wild, wild fantasy world, you have Smurfs. You know what I'm saying? You have the Avengers, Tom and Jerry, Woody Woodpecker. You know what I'm saying? You just have some animated shit going on, right? Pink Panther. You know what I'm saying? Yogi the Bear. Flintstones. Let's just say in an animated world, Teofimo wins, and then Ryan Garcia wins. Now, tell me, do you not see some type? You know, I'm getting at. Like, explain to me how there's not conflict of interest for them to both be under Eddie Reynoso when their compass, the direction of their boxing compass, may lead them to basically face off against each other if everything works out the way it's supposed to be. Not only that, potentially, and this is very, very close in my opinion, it's not so far off, it's not gapped, but they may potentially be at 147 contending. The only true aspect I see that may stop this is T.O. doesn't win at 140. I don't know. T.O. doesn't win at 140, but it just seems like when you at the table gambling on predictions on what potentially may happen, it's a lot of people that's not giving T.O. an automatic win over Hitchens for 140. So I don't know what the odds are. If T.O. beats Hitchens, or if he loses to Hitchens, is he still moving up to fight Ennis? And if he moves up to fight Ennis, let's just say he wins against Hitchens, he's still going to be the belt holder, unified belt holder at 140. So, and once again, in an animated world, Hitchens may at that point in time be unified champion in 147. So in a wild, wild world, I'm talking about animated as shit. But this time we're going to add some crack. Okay? We're going to add some crack. Because this cannot be something that we're talking about sober, mortal human beings. Okay? T.O. be unified at 140 and unified at 147? Will that ever happen in the sport of boxing while you and I are living? Is that a dreamy speculation? Huh? Or is that more the influence of crack? Because I'm saying to myself, boxing, even though Turkey Al-Sheikh is showing us a nice, timeline, okay, especially this month, he giving us a nice timeline. I don't see how all this shit is gonna make sense to me with Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez if both of them are destined to be at 147. Are they trying to somehow put them in the same camp, and then if they do come to a point of stepping in the ring, they so one of them gonna leave, and that's gonna be the build up, a split in the camp, and that's the build up the fight? Where are we going with this? That's what I'm trying to say. How do we take this serious? How do we take this shit serious? That's all. Ryan Garcia is back with Eddie Reynoso, man. The same team he was with when he won his interim WBC lightweight title. A fighter who was considered one of the four kings that really didn't live up to that, but he was there. And a fighter who became a part of the Duck Masters Coalition because he flat out said he wasn't facing Haney. He wasn't going to fight Tank. Then made a video saying that he was going to fight Manny Pacquiao. That's Ryan Garcia back in the day. But I'm trying to see what's going on in the pot. Why is Ryan Garcia back with Eddie Reynoso while Teofimo Lopez is a tenant there also? What is going on? I mean, what are we missing and what are we about to be subjected to later on as months go by? It's something fishy. Stank fishy. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right about two fighters in your camp that very well may be aligned to face one another at 147. I know Ryan Garcia is definitely going to be at 147. Teofimo Lopez hasn't quite shown that he has an issue with 140. Like I said before, it's a lot of people that's not gauging him to go in there and dominate Richardson Hitchens. It's a lot of people that's prorating Teofimo's chances, you know, instead of it being like a 80-20, 70-30 based off what he's accomplished. Pretty much the real boxing fans are going off the fights that he had recently that just didn't add up. It didn't match some of the bigger performances that he had that people was tuned in and paid attention when he was doing all the Fortnite dances, backflips, and all this other shit. So now we get to an arrangement that Turki Al-Sheikh has. I think Turki Al-Sheikh has made an arrangement for Tio to move up. And is fighting for unified. Hey, those of you media that's going to be out there in Saudi, can y'all just ask that question? Like, can you all ask Turki Al-Sheikh or whoever, how do we supposed to look at this manifesto? We need more clarity without getting a tour guide. We ain't trying to spend money on a tour guide. Now just give us a little bit more clarity as to how this is supposed to work out. T.O. win or lose, is he gonna get a fight with Boots? If that is the case, what's gonna happen? He wins a Boots and Ryan Garcia beats Devin. You're trying to tell me that them being in the same camp, they're gonna have different? No. Stop it, bro. Stop it. That's no. We can't play ourselves like that, man. Something's not right about this arrangement that I see with Eddie Reynoso with two potential 147-pound welterweights in that camp. And look, young enough to say they're not retiring anytime soon. So what's y'all take on this? I don't know why these two individuals are back under the tutelage of Eddie Reynoso. What is this about? How do we assess the size of the thrill with having two names such as this under the same coach? And they may potentially have a clash? I mean, clearly you don't want this to be a collision course that's going to cause a bit of chaos internal to the Eddie Reynoso stable. We don't want to see that shit. We don't want to hear about internal feuds. We already know what's going on. We can figure it out, bro. Ryan Garcia has a little bit of bragging rights because he's been there already. But why are you coming back to Eddie Reynoso, though? Like, who? Okay. Like I said before, okay. I know he had a little bit of bragging rights. He's coming back to Eddie. But you got Teofimo who just really is out of place, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Because Ryan Garcia has his own bubble of star power. We know that. But we also know that Teofimo Lopez, in my opinion, has committed to being a Canelo coattail rider. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he actually purchased a public transportation ticket, you know, or they just deducting it out of his pay. And once he get paid for his first fight, you know, with Richardson Hitchens being under they banner. I don't know how that's arranged or whatever. I don't get into people's pockets. But we know Ryan Garcia, star power, is bigger than Teofimo Lopez. We know that. Could this be a potential fight between two of these? I don't freaking know, man. I don't freaking know, man. I do see some type of quarreling going on between these guys. Because if I'm not mistaken, it may potentially come a time where they spar each other. Would that be smart? Is that considered a disjointed type of hypothetical? You know what I'm saying? Like, are they going to be sparring each other? How is this arrangement going to work? I've never seen Eddie Reynoso's gym, so I don't know if he has a gym on one side, on port side. He has another gym on starboard side. Maybe the size of the rings are different. Two gyms to basically, work on exclusivity or whatever you said, exclusivity. One fighter could be exclusive on that side. Eddie walk through the door and he can come on this side if he want. How is they going to work this shit out? Because something is slippery. You know what I'm saying? Something is very, very slippery and nauseating about seeing Ryan Garcia come back to Eddie Reynoso with Teofimo Lopez on deck. How? Why are we as fight fans happen to sift through the bullshit of this particular announcement? We will have to get back to it, y'all. That's all I'm saying. We will have to get back to it. We're going to keep our eyes, peeled. We're going to keep our optics zoomed in to see how this plays out. This is slippery. For real. This seems like a grimy situation. And I really don't see the point in both of these 147-pound young fighters being under the tutelage of Eddie Reynoso. Not that he can't do what the hell he wants. He's Eddie Reynoso. He can do what the hell he want to do. But when it comes to us as fight fans, what's going on here? Is Turki Al-Sheikh telling these American to say, hey, don't be afraid to put scenarios out there that you wouldn't have done years ago just because it would be unfavorable to the public eye. Man, make it dark. Come on, have them tuned in, have them talking about it. Do some shit to make them from afar say, "Oh my God, what is going on here?" I mean, I a part of me thinks Turki Al-Sheikh is a puppet master, dog. It's a lot of shit that's going on in boxing that he's saying, "Hey, mix it up, man. Come on, man. I'm doing my job by making the fight. I need for you to try to, kind of, puppetize them a little bit. Play around with them. Finesse their mental psyche. Make them sit up here and twiddle their thumbs a little bit. Say, why? Why did Eddie do that? Because these two may potentially fight each other. That seems to be in bad taste there, Eddie. But it seems like, Turkey might be like, man, we're not caring about what they think. We're really trying to, find a way to get more people to be tuned in to what you trainers and you fighters have going on in your camp, to bring more attention to that. So, we're trying to exhaust these casual boxing fans, to have them thinking of shit like, what is gonna come of this? What's this about? How can this be? That's what I see this going on. What does it mean at the end of the day? Are they gonna fight? Let's just say something comes up in 2026. We're gonna have to go back to February 4th and say, yeah, we seen it. We received the announcement. Let me go to an article. It says Ryan Garcia, right? Let me go to this article right quick that speaks about this shuffle of the cards, right? Ryan Garcia returns to trainer Eddie Reynoso. Ryan Garcia is back with former coach Eddie Reynoso after splitting with trainer Derrick James after 2 fights. Garcia has last worked with Reynoso for the fight against Luke Campbell in 2022 and had briefly been with Joe Goosen and James ever since. Goosen trained Garcia for 3 fights against Gervonta Davis, Javier Fortuna, and Manuel Tago. Derrick James then took over for Ryan's last 2 fights against Devin Haney and Oscar Duarte. Return to Eddie Reynoso. That's what we want to hear right here. Lay it out on the line, goddammit. Ryan's dad, Henry Garcia, revealed that he's now working with Eddie Reynoso again and will return to the gym after he gets in shape with some running. King Rye has been inactive since his blowout victory over Devin Haney last April due to the 1-year suspension given out by the New York State Athletic Commission. Garcia will be taking a stay busy fight against Rolando Romero in May in New York as part of a Riyadh season card. This isn't a fight that Ryan needs detailed training due to Rolly having a weak chin, no skills, and more of a true journeyman level than world class. This fight has a 1-round knockout for Ryan written all over it. See, the boxing news, you know, they always put their personal, you know what I'm saying, opinions and biased expressions into these articles. It would be weird for Ryan 24-120 hosted knockouts to be in the same gym with WBO light welterweight champion Teofimo Lopez, as he's recently teamed up with Eddie. Garcia and Teo are expected to fight in February 2026. It's unlikely that Teo and Ryan will be in the gym at the same time unless the Brooklyn native goes out of his way to drop in to scout him. Now, who in this chat and tuned in from afar believe that this arrangement can basically become a daily schedule, and Eddie Reynoso is able to get him ready for Rolly Romero, which, like I said, Ryan Garcia probably only needs 1.5 days out of the week to prepare for Rolly Romero, for real, and that's blindfolded. So he's going to prepare him for Rolly Romero, but ultimately, I thought for sure that a potential fight may happen in 2026. Depends on how the matchups play out, the win or lose column. It says Turkey Al-Sheikh came through. He likes Ryan, said Henry Garcia to Mill City Boxing, talking about his son, Ryan Garcia, in good with Turkey Al-Sheikh. There's something new. The coach is new. We're back in San Diego. That's right, said Henry, when asked if Ryan Garcia is back with Eddie Reynoso. Check this out. It's hard not to get along with Eddie because of the heritage. We go way back. Canelo and Ryan worked out everything. It was a misunderstanding. Everything is back to the way it was. We're good. Oh, that's nice. That's good that they can get everything under the bridge. It was nothing against Derrick James. He's a good, excellent coach. The thing is, there wasn't anything about there in Texas as far as what happened to him, Ryan, last year, wasn't as positive as it was here. So why go somewhere it's negative when you can switch it around? Ryan feels safer here. It's better here in Southern California. You know what I'm saying? Hey, they said, it's nothing like Southern California. I mean, I guess the sunshine, when it's in Southern California and Texas, the heat is different. The temperature is definitely different. I guess it was some little buzz and chirps going on in Texas when he popped. So they said, you know what? I don't have to put up with this. I'm Ryan Lion Garcia. I'm going to take it back to the West Coast. Let's do some goddamn PR work, Pops. Do a little bit of damage control and take our asses back to that California sunshine. And that's where we at. Now, I don't know how much ass that Ryan had to kiss to get back in there with Eddie Reynoso. I don't know how long he was on his kneecaps. It seems like that his father, Henry Garcia, was able to patch everything up. But the confusion still lies. Where is this leading? That's all. I just need to get through that. You know, it's a little staticky. I just need to, find out which co-hanger works, and I'm gonna put that in the antenna and see, can I get a little bit more clarity on this show? You know what I'm saying? From this bubble back TV, because something in 2025 don't seem right. So in order for me to get a clear picture, I got to go back to the bubble back series, the silver antenna stick. I got to find the right co-hanger. Yeah, something ain't right, man. They playing with us, y'all. You got to be very watchful, man, of the telltale signs of what we looking at with this Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez. The shit don't make sense. It doesn't make sense at all, bro. I don't get it. It goes on to say training focus. You've got family members here. You got people here that understands him, and we're there for them, said Henry Garcia about Ryan back in Southern California. I'm in camp with him right now. And I'm not saying that Ryan is overweight, because he has the height and we're fighting at 147. It's not like we're way off, but when you do vigorous training, you got to make sure that you're not exhausted. You've got to do the whole workout without any interruptions, said Henry Garcia. So they're trying to get Ryan Garcia, who potentially may have been out there smoking and drinking and smoking. He has to knock off all those freaking steak dinners, you know what I'm saying? Those lobster tails, calamari, you know what I'm saying? Smothered oven roasted potatoes, you know what I'm saying? Homemade Texas toast. I mean, he might have put on some weight, y'all, out there celebrating in Saudi at the Ring Magazine Awards. So now he got to get ready. To be honest with you, the only thing he needs to do is make weight. Okay. You don't want to come back into a second straight fight where you're missing weight. You don't want to do that. But truth be told, that's really all Ryan Garcia has to do for Rolly Romero. Just do your whole camp and make it a fat camp. Lose weight. I believe all the skills that Ryan Garcia has, that's accessible to him, it'd be enough to beat Rolly. Rolly hasn't showed any type of advancement. He hasn't shown any type of advancement. I mean, we're just seeing Isaac Cruz go life and limb with the fighter who really doesn't even have, the star power popularity as a Rolly Romero back then. But even he went the distance with Isaac Cruz, while Rolly Romero became a speed bump. But we're going to get down to it. Just stay focused. We're going to get down to it, though. Let me transition up out of here to this nonsense right here, right? Let's get some things straight. There has been some finger activity, some home key abuse. You know what I'm saying? Some malicious activity of people that's putting out information that, once again, they want to be a part of a fantasy land when it comes to boxing. We have real solid fighters in the ring, but yet you have those on the outside that just want to act like they grew up in a land of Smurfs or something. They're looking for Dorothy and Toto to come over and shit so they can play in the yard. I'm hearing people say, and they believe this shit too now. I'm hearing people compare Jake Paul, Canelo Alvarez to a fight that will supersede the ticket sales of a Terrence Crawford Canelo Alvarez. Now let that just sit. You know what I'm saying? Like a fat chick trying to catch your Uber, and you got low profile tires on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You just need to make a little bit more cash, goddammit. You got it lowered a little bit. Just let that sit with you. You know what I'm saying? While you trying to explain to her, now you just don't fit. Hey, my shocks, I paid money for the suspension. I got low profile tires. I don't want you breaking my rim. I want my rim scraping the ground. Hey, I can't do anything. They're trying to say that Canelo and Jake Paul bullshit ass fake news type shit. Look, first of all, if Canelo was to take this fight before Crawford, to me, it would be an absolute sabotage. If it had any validation to it at all, okay? It's good to put it out there when you know the Crawford fight is in September. But the fact that you have grown adults, once again, entertaining, they're entertaining this shit to try to say, oh man, they can do better numbers. Oh my God. This when I have faith in my human beings to understand that Jake Paul is nowhere. When I say nowhere on the level and boxing skills of Canelo Alvarez, first and foremost. Second of all, he's no way, shape, or form on the level of a Bud Crawford. First of all, when you look at his resume, it's hard to even say it's trash because you do have some legendary names on there, right? But maybe his resume is something that you may find in the trash bin that if brought to the right facility to be recycled, it can make something new. I mean, something that's you can resell in the store, that type of trash. Because, you know, you're talking about people just giving Jake Paul a pass because he has legends on his record that's over the hill, non-competitive. You know what I'm saying? Individuals that was way past their PR I'm. Okay? But to put Jake Paul in a situation where just because he's in the ring, I know my humans are know better than this. I mean, I listen to them talk and I'm saying to myself, they totally understand that this fight doesn't do higher numbers than Crawford Canelo. It doesn't. It's human beings out there that rock with boxing, and they're going to tell you to your face that Jake Paul sucks when it comes to boxing, period. If there always is some type of moment of controversy, a window of dilapidation, when you say, what did I just say? No, am I getting old? No, I'm only 20-something. Shit, I can't be getting old. Let me see. I thought I might have dementia. No, I don't have dementia. ADHD. No, never been diagnosed with ADHD. Then why am I not going out here using my fucking common sense to say that every single time it's some bullshit, some funny, comedic type, hilarious moments that happen in Jake Paul fights that you would totally criticize a real fighter for. The more and more he fight now, people start considering, oh, he's a boxer. Hey, watch out now. Watch out that now. We can talk about boxing, but you ain't gonna disrespect Jake Paul. He's a pure boxer. He's gotten better. Y'all always want to mention these vines. He's a boxer now. He got money. But listen, how many boxers in Jake Paul's situation? You can't say Crawford. How many? Can't say Canelo. How many of these individuals are the promoter of the fight card and they're the main event on that card? And with that main event, you know damn well that his last opponent, which was a legend, which is a legend of boxing. I think he was about 70. Let me see what they say now, 74 and a half years old. Someone approved them for special rules fight. And this is a fight that went on Jake Paul's record. So you trying to tell me a fighter that is supposed to be coming up in the ranks and be a legitimate potential title contender? That's what they keep talking. It gets better. It gets better. In a special rules match Now, you human beings that support the sport, you're going to allow that shit to happen? You're going to say to yourself, this is okay? A special rules match. Mike come out there literally showing his ass. Going in there gnawing his glove, doing crazy shit. And you're going to give respect to Jake Paul that him and Canelo can do bigger numbers than Crawford? We're talking about a real boxing match now when it comes to Crawford and Canelo. Real boxing match. We're not talking about a sanction / exhibition debacle. That's exactly what this is when it deals with Canelo and Jake Paul, just from the flyer being out there. I haven't heard really anything official, but what's the purpose of putting this flyer out there? I mean, we're only in February, so it's not going to really do anything bad to any type of promo of Crawford and Canelo fighting in September at Allegiant Stadium. But just to hear, I don't know, just to hear these individuals that call themselves boxing fans intoxicated off incompetence. You know what I'm saying? You have to say to yourself, you want to reach out and help their ass, but you say, nah, that's a waste of my time. That's too much. Pro bono? You say, no, I'll pass on that. I'm not going to do this shit for pro bono. That's too much work. That's too much fucking work, dog. These dudes out here are looking just for laughter, saying some of the dumbest casual temporary boxing fan type of shit that you'll ever hear at high capacity. This is high capacity, y'all. They are trying to compare that Canelo and Paul will break. Look, this is in an era where you have Fire Stick now. They're talking about an era where Fire Stick is one of the key components that they whine and bitch about when it comes to these numbers being low. But they're believing that Jake Paul and Canelo Alvarez will do higher numbers than a real boxing match. All because Jake Paul has a following. But when it comes to boxing, there's a transparency shield there that pretty much keeps out some of the clowns and then allow access for the real boxing fans. The real ones are saying, no, I'm not paying for that. I'm going to save my money and pay for freaking Crawford Canelo. It gets better. I keep trying to explain this to these people that's hyping this up. Canelo's highest weight was 175. We're talking about his highest divisional weight. Okay. Let me show you something right quick, because showing is growing. All right. Let me show you something right quick, if you don't mind. And if you're in the building, you want to hit the button, feel free. I appreciate it. Okay. So let me pull up a piece of accessible social media inquiry results that have came back from the search engine that I requested. Okay, so let me share this with you right quick. Okay, I want you to help me understand this gem. I need some clarification from those who are on the outside that may be in a different state, just sitting there chilling, relax. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all might be here on Earth. Some of you might be, mentally up in, where Venus, Mars, Pluto, Jupiter, something like that, whatever. So this right here is that guy I was just talking about, Jake Pauley. Okay? Jake Pauley. Now, shout out to Jake Pauley now. I give him his respect for making other fighters money. That's essential. That's praise and respect. That's essentially important for a guy in his position to get these fighters paid, like Amanda Serrano, get them exposure. Katie Taylor, all of them cats, right? You know what I'm saying? So peep this out. That's him. 11-1, 7 knockouts. And you say to yourself, right? when you place the crack pipe down on the end table. Because before you look at something like this and take it serious, you have to be on an hallucinant. You have to be on some type of recreational drug that's not going to kill you. Just fuck you up a little bit. Okay. He has Mike Tyson, Michael Perry, a guy called Ryan Borland, Andre August, Nate Diaz, Tommy Fury, his only soul loss, Anderson Silva, Tyrone Woodley twice, Ben Askren, Tyrone Woodley's friend, the basketball player, slam dunk champion, Nate Robinson, and also one of his used to be colleagues, compeers, Ali Gibb, another content creator. But it gets a little bit better. This is why I wanted to bring you over here, because salute to February Black History Month. I wanted to allow you to take a look at something that's obviously black. I mean, I'm talking about smut black. I mean, it's almost like you working on a rail system and you the one that have to shovel that coal into the furnace to keep that shit hot so that motherfucker can get to the next stations. Now, I want you through all of that to take a deep breath and help me understand how we're supposed to get through this. Jake Paul weighed 227 pounds when he fought Mike Tyson. People up here hyping up him fighting Canelo, whose highest divisional weight is 175. Okay? I want you to take a look at that, because we hear all these individuals up here bitching, whining, crying, complaining, moaning, refusing to change out their pads. They don't want to accept the fact that when you subtract 175 from 227, that's a 52 pounds. That's if they're fighting at 175. Now, granted, I've heard Canelo say, I ain't know how to do that. I don't know if Canelo's saying, well, I'm going to move up. Because check this out. Hold up. We got to do the math now. We got to do the math on the bullshit. So we're talking about 52. Cinco dos. 52 pounds of if he was to move down to 175, which ain't going to happen because he got too much fat on him. You know what I'm saying? When you getting those intramuscular massages, that's heavy. That takes a lot to drop down there and stay healthy. But then Canelo Alvarez, how can he accommodate this dude? Let's just say, for instance, Canelo meets him at 190, right? 190 subtract 227. That's 37 pounds that he has to lose just to get down to 190. 37 pounds, right? Okay, so let's switch it up a little bit. Let's keep Canelo at 190 pounds, and we're going to subtract, right, 168 off that because he's supposed to face Crawford in September at 168 pounds, super middleweight division, unified champion. Canelo would then, after the Paul fight, which was May, he will have to then lose 22 pounds. That's if he chose to meet Jake Paul at 190. Elevate his weight up to have a fight with Jake Paul and then drop back down the weight. So I look at that and I'm saying to myself, damn, that is very, very intriguing because you have so many people on here that's continue to talk about how dropping weight within a close proximity of a fight is somewhat has to do with water on the brain. So since we always talking about water on the brain and they say, you know, how certain fighters that affected them, how they talk about, I get it. But in this specific fight with Crawford, I hope Canelo don't take a fight like that in between. I hope he sticks to Skull, a fighter that's in his weight class. Furthermore, I don't want Bud Crawford to have anyone saying that Canelo was motherfucking white brain. I don't want to hear that no more, goddammit. I don't feel like backhanding somebody from the goddamn comfort of the microphone that I'm sitting here chatting with you on. I don't want to hear that. I don't want Canelo to freaking have to drop all that freaking weight. 22 pounds. And Crawford go in there and spank that ass. And here we go again. Señor. ¿Qué pasó, señor? Can I talk to you for 1 minute? Uno minutos? Just 1 minute. My friend Canelo weight trained. He was doing what is good for boxing. No, I don't want Canelo. Cause when you hear boxing fans talk and they talk about what numbers it'll do, it really, I'm talking about really make you want to scratch your head with some switchblades. Seriously. Because you say to yourself, Jake Paul was 227. They talk about wart on the brain, right? I guess it don't matter for Jake Paul. So you want Jake Paul to somewhat go from 227 down to 190 or something? You want him to say, hey, Canelo, I can do 37 pounds. We're going to get with Victor Conte. And I know we've seen him with the briefcase. I heard there's some great shit in that motherfucker. We're going to get with Victor. Oh, Vic. We're going to get with goddamn Vic Dog. And I think we can get down them 37 pounds, goddammit. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be alive, but I'm going to get down those 37 pounds. There are so many discrepancies with just a boxing fan to even speak on this fight. That is a hell of a lot of weight for him to drop, while people over here on the YouTube Central talking about it's weight draining, it's water on the brain, it's deadly. But I don't hear y'all speaking it for Jake Paul. Hey, shout out to Mark Nash, man, for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the donation. One love to you, man. But I cannot see how people are just overlooking this shit. Like, clearly, there is a lot of numbers in between 227 and 168. We know he's not going to face Canelo at 168, entirely unhealthy weight cut to drop all that. Okay. So therefore, a weight that he's already competed at, 190 pounds, wouldn't that be more feasible for the boxing fans just a little bit? No, it wouldn't. Because that's still a lot of weight for him to go from 227 to 37 pounds below to meet Canelo at 190. Now, like I said previously, 190, you know what I'm saying? Subtract that 168, Canelo will have to drop back down, losing 22 pounds. I don't want that for Crawford. The ass whooping, I want to be all the boxes are check, the T's, you know what I'm saying? I want them to be crossed, especially in the middle. And I want Canelo eyes to be dotted. That's all. I don't want to hear Crawford. You know what Crawford did? He fought 2 fights. Weight drain fighters. Well, who told Canelo to face Jake Paul? That's no liability on Crawford. But how is that going to work? Those of you that keep on talking about this, doing bigger numbers. What is this going to do for boxing? We know Canelo's going to win. We know Jake Paul is nowhere on the boxing curriculum level when it comes to the accredited School of Hard Knocks that he could have attended, you know, during his short, turbulent career. You know, going up there recruiting from the damn hospice care. How are we supposed to take this serious again? How is Canelo supposed to prepare for Bud Crawford? And let's just say he accommodate. Well, you can't accommodate Jake Paul any lower than 190. That's going to be a lot of weight. And let's not act like this fight is something we're going to take serious and it's going to go the full 12. Or I don't know if Canelo would just stoop to a whole nother level of low and say, you know what? I want to do special rules fight. We just seen Tyson. Okay. Sanction it. I want to do 60 seconds per round. Okay. 60 seconds per round. And I like number 5, Cinco. Yeah, I don't like number 5 Let's just do 5 rounds. That's what 5 rounds, 60 seconds per round, and that's that's what. And then, just so I don't get any cuts, because I want Crawford to have any more advantages, let's do 17 to 18 ounce gloves, okay? I think Chuck E. Cheese has some for sale. It depends on how many you buy. 4 large pepperoni pizzas, and you have a total, I guess, like 300,000 tokens. I think you can get those gloves for free. Just give them the tokens or whatever. You have the tickets. I don't know. But does that make any sense to y'all? Like, how is this supposed to work out with people measuring the seriousness of Canelo facing Jake Paul and trying to think it supersedes of a real fight of Crawford Canelo? It's no way in hell, y'all. There's no way in hell. This man weighed 227 pounds. Come on, bro. Either way you gauge it, from Canelo moving up to Jake Paul moving down, it's an extremely amount of weight. Extremely amount of weight. Seriously. Word has it that they're supposed to be fighting at Allegiant Stadium. Now, this to me is criteria that you really want to talk about. From my understanding, they have never been a boxing match in Allegiant Stadium that is hosting 65,000 plus would be in attendance. That would sell out. That is no problem. It would absolutely sell out, y'all. It would absolutely sell out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And we're not even talking about the pay-per-view. We're not even talking about all the merch and everything, all the other royalties. It would be freaking incredible. I want you all to take this serious than all the agitprop that's out there where people tend to just ramble on and trying to say, oh, this is just another outlet for us to kind of, downplay Crawford's success in the sport. No, this is Hot Grease Chronicles, bro. We know that can't happen. The real ones know that Crawford, Canelo, is absolutely without a shadow of any type of compunction the realest fight that you want to see this year. Outside of Beterbiev and Bivol, Crawford and Canelo is the biggest fight right now in boxing. This fight will change the scope of boxing. Just based off them being in the ring with each other. A fighter moving up 2 weight divisions. Canelo's jacket of accolades and Crawford's jacket of accolades. Both of them have a respectable list of achievements that the real hardcore boxing fans should respect. But like I said before, we have a bunch of adult children. They still need to be taken care of, man. They still want you to goddamn fix them some Enfamil. We're talking about some of these dudes never got off mama's nipple until they was like 19 or 20 years of age. They're up here trying to sell you a dream that Jake Paul and Canelo is actually something that boxing needs to see. We don't need to see that. We don't need to see any of that bullshit, bro. We need to see the real fight. The real biggest fight of this year is absolutely Crawford Canelo. Allegiant Stadium in Vegas. Ooh, God damn. Boy, can y'all just imagine the atmosphere? Oh my God. Can you imagine the tone of the fight fans that's going to be on deck? Oh my God. The rumbling of the crowd. Man, it's going to be absolutely insane. And there's no fight out there that can supersede that. No fight. I don't care how popular they are. Human beings are coming to their senses slowly, but they are, in understanding that Jake Paul's resume sucks. His resume absolutely sucks. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. His resume should not. Y'all need to stop talking about this dude is a boxer just because he's licensed and he has money. Yeah, he's been put on some great circus events. Now, partially, okay, because I don't consider Amanda Serrano a circus. I don't consider Katie Taylor. No, I'm not saying that. They was real, but they was the co when they should have been the main. Once again, Amanda Serrano and they was the co when they should have been the main. God damn it, the main should have been the co, and then when they would finish out the motherfucking dough, because that was a shit show. That was an absolute shit show. Showing ass, just misrepresenting the black man. If any other black fighter would have went up there and showed his ass like that on TV, they would have been asking for him to be banned. They would have asked for him to be banned, y'all. You would have had motherfuckers gathering up protesters. Hey, who wants to protest? That's a nice little fee in for you. It's nice. We're gonna give you $5. Just go up there and protest that fighter that showed his ass, and say, I have witnessed the most humiliating. I was watching boxing, trying to get my kid into the sport. My kid is only 3 years of age, and then I see I wasn't within range to cover my kid's eyes. I see this black. They're going to keep on replaying that shit. This black fighter walking around with his ass showing. I thought it was extremely vulgar, inappropriate. And we ask that you stand with us and ban him for life. If it would have been any other fighter except Mike Tyson, they would have been talking about banning him, yo. Come on, man. Come on, what was he doing? Why did he have to do that shit, bro? Not only that, furthermore, we're going to the Supreme Court of America and ask that boxing tone it down. This same boxer grabbed his testicle sack in front of millions with leopard print drawers on. My kid was also watching that. And they said, Mommy, do he have to go pee-pee? He's grabbing his sack. Why did Mike have to go that far out? It's almost like Mike. Oh my God, I don't like using that word. But damn, it just seems like you was so far out there for that fighter, Jake Paul, man. Like my people say, it seemed like you was just doing a little bit too much for the white man on that day. I'm serious, bro. That shit was just crazy. And it was a modified match, modified rules match. So the real humans, I expect you to understand that this guy's resume has been extremely orchestrated. And it's no way that you're going to criticize the real fighters and then allow him to get away with it because he's a promoter. He's a freaking popular guy. And he's continued to say, you know, Jake has people out here saying he's getting better every fight. Come on, bro. Come on, man. You want to do kiddie shit, bro? Stop freaking drinking out of the bubbles bottle. Blow them. Stop drinking this shit. It ain't meant to be goddamn consumed. Some of you are doing some goofy ass shit. Jake Paul does not deserve to be in the same conversation as a Canelo Alvarez, bro. The man was boxing since he was 15. Real fights. I mean, I'm talking about licensed boxing fights. He has grown to the stature that he is, you know, built throughout his career. Terrence Bud Crawford, the same way. High level of achievements anyone who mentioned these two fighters' name, they know that the fight is going to be serious, not a freaking spectacle. And that's exactly what we see with Jake Paul. Exactly what we see. That's why I'm requesting that y'all wake up and understand that this is not considered to be taken serious, bro. They don't do higher numbers. They up here talking about they're gonna do in a fire stick world. In a fire stick world, they're gonna do all these crazy numbers. You're talking about how? In a fire stick world, they're gonna do all these numbers, bro. You're not being serious. No. In a fire stick world, you're saying they're gonna break Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor, Mayweather, Pacquiao. They're gonna break all those numbers. In a fire stick world with a fighter who's about to step in there with obviously his most dangerous opposition. Does Canelo really want to put that type of freaking wig on his head? He already has cinnamon type red hair. Is he really trying to put a different type of costume on? Mexican boxers don't roll like that. But Canelo say he does what he want to do, bro. But I'm just saying, Mexican fighters, in my opinion, they don't get down like that. In my opinion, it may be some Mexican fighters out there that have did some things, jokingly playing around in the gym. But if you're, once again, education, you cannot compare this fight to Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor was absolutely a legitimate two-division champion mixed martial artist in the Ultimate Fighting Championship promotion. Okay? The people that he beat on his run to get those titles were absolutely legitimate contenders. None of these cats that was Vine creators. You ain't going over there. Okay? Ask CM Punk how it played out. All you got to do is just ask CM Punk. All the training that he tried to go from World Wrestling Entertainment over to the Octagon, ask CM Punk how it played out for the dude. Ask him how easy it is to go there and mix my... No, it ain't easy. You just can't go in there and just move around like that. Like boxing. I mean, maybe you can whisper in the ear of your opponent when you clench a little bit. Hey, throw a hook. I'm gonna slip under it. I'm gonna hit you in the body, and then you throw a two-punch combination. I mean, it's not gonna happen over there. But they really think that Canelo, Jake Paul is going to be a bigger fight than Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather, which they was charging a bill for pay-per-view. Yo, they was charging a bill, a hundo. Fool to have me crying with his boxing outfit. I think that shit was on point though. Took me back to the, you know what I'm saying? You know what it is, Carlos. Took us back to the old school 80s and 90s, man. You know what I'm saying? When they really used to rock big ass cut off jeans like that. Shout out to Swat Jones in the building. What's good, man? Yeah, man. Hearing some solid news out there. Shout out to Blue Hustle in the building. What's good, man? I was like, this man got Timberland boxing shoes on with jean shorts. All he was missing was the tank top. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Look, I don't know why male fighters cannot box with shirt, with a piece of clothing on. Look, at least I think he did wear a top to the ring, I think. I'm not gonna lie, WC. I dozed off right when the Benavidez fight started. I saw the replay. That fight was okay. I actually liked the Pitbull fight and Fulton fight. Bro, I hear you, but look, starting with the Pitbull fight. Come on, man. It was bombs away, no defense. That's just not a healthy way to extend your career. I know for the fight fans, some would like to see the damage, but man, come on, you had to. It was okay. What? Man, that shit was thumping, bro. That shit was thumping, yo. Come on, man. Come on. Man, that shit was popping. Bud done put DJ out of business. It's a damn the training fight of the year. Yeah, EJ has not been there, of course. So Ryan Garcia supposedly was his last fighter that he was gonna coach, and Garcia's back in Southern California. I'm always good. Hope everyone in the chat is listening to the show is doing well. For sure. Shout out to BG in the building. Bud gonna stop Canelo on deck. Salute WCS. T.O. always ducking smoke. I don't think he's fighting Hitchens. Hey man, they up here trying to create this. So check this out though. He does have the WBO. So therefore, being that Jaron Ennis don't have the WBO, because he was too afraid to stay in that freaking sanctioning body. If he beats freaking Stanthionis, he would be the unified WBA IBF. So how would that work? Like, T.O. is not ranked. He is the lineal though. He's not ranked in any of those sanctioning bodies. So for him to get the fight moving up, I mean, we'll have to see how it plays out, man, because we just seen how they wouldn't, put Spence up there. Of course, it's a different scenario, but if they want to talk about rankings and all this other shit, the one that was extremely strict was the WBO. But like I said before, Ennis is the IBF, and if he wins, he'll be the unified WBA IBF. So we have to see how it plays out, bro. I love it. Ryan back with Reynoso is a better fit than Derek. Hopefully Reynoso get rid of that California role. It's disgusting. That's just me. Just help me understand California rule. Who are you talking? Who are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? Who are you talking about? California role. Who's the California role? I don't know who you're talking about, man. Shout out to Mark Nash in the building, bro. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to you. Salute to you stopping by. You already know. Thanks for the $2 super chat, man. Please match my donation to support the show. Appreciate that, man. Y'all definitely go on check out Mark Nash Breaking Beats, man. Check out the brother doing his thing. OG Bruce Gas Boxing Jazz, you already know. The OG on deck. At Blue House of Facts, you heard him. He knows he owes me. Who is that? Let me see who y'all talking about. Ryan know he was acting like a kid last time they was in camp. Ryan was feeling Reynoso didn't have time for him in the past, per se. Ryan pops. On the other hand, word has it, Ryan was lazy too. Yeah, for sure. That's a check mark. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't know what changed because Canelo is still there doing what Canelo does. So I don't know what changed, especially from Ryan Garcia. I mean, is Eddie Reynoso feeling like, he's supposed to be a mentor to at-risk boxers? I'm just curious. Rich kids need goddamn mentors too, dog. I don't know. Sometimes your pops don't work. Now, Frank Martin been gone with with EJ. Frank Martin ain't there. Frank Martin been gone with EJ, man. He just allowed DJ to train Frank Martin for that fight. My question, how many fighters is Derek training now? I think now that Ryan, if Frank Martin is there, hey, he probably the only one in the gym. I know that's goddamn some bullshit right there. I know Derek be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna talk to you about EJ. You see him? Is he training? I still got that court case on his ass. I don't care if Haney them stop that. I'm gonna keep mine on active. We going to court. I think now Ryan done had some trials and tribulations in the unknown water training with Derek. He got a little bit more respect this time around for Reynoso and Canelo. Ryan Pop seem happy about it. Yeah, he does. Henry seems like, he's a bit more happy. You know what I'm saying? He's a bit more happy, enthusiastic about being back in Southern California. Hey, Swat John, it might just be the weather because California beautiful. California's sunshine is different than Texas sunshine. Texas bring the sunshine with the heat, of course. You know what I'm saying? Because they're racing, want to see him back with the Mexican, not the black trainer. I don't know about that. Who knows? I never was really a Derrick James fan, to be honest. Whole Turkey doesn't bring Jim Lampley back for Crawford-Canelo. Him and Larry Merchant destroy HBO. Yeah, Jim Lampley, he's a talker for sure. I mean, I would take, Jim Lampley right now, because I know Triple G isn't fighting. When I seen him commentate at ringside Triple G, I swear to God, Triple G would be thinking about some combinations. He's thinking about the left and right uppercut, the hook behind it, step back, spinning elbow. That's Triple G. He's a monster machine. You know what I'm saying? That was Jim Lampley, dog. Man, Triple G, if he just twitched his shoulder. Oh, did you see that shoulder? Oh, my God. If he would have landed that punch. I mean, come on, bro. Hey, Floyd Ward, Canelo, they kept lifting up Triple G and Kovalev. Yeah, man, he blasted it. Triple G, man. He always complimented that. Watch Ryan get smoked by Rolly. I don't know there, Luckett. I don't know about smoking. Come on, bro. Come on there, Luckett, man. Come on, man. Stay on par. You about to lose some goddamn curriculum credits, bro. Goddamn well Rolly ain't gonna fuck with no Ryan Garcia, dog. That man told the world to put their house on it, and they've been homeless ever since. The worst boxing publication ever. They hate for Crawford is like a bitter who got dumped at the prom. What publication? The Ring? The Ring Pub? I wonder why Crawford wasn't presenting. Ryan didn't feel safe in Texas. Man, there's probably some people that was testing Ryan over there, boy. Ryan about to smoke Rolly. It's not even going to be close. Tune-up for sure. Yeah, he about to smoke him, bro. He about to smoke him, man. I can't even see. Tyrese, what's good? I can't even see anybody thinking that Rolly's going to have, the night of all nights. No. Not against, if Rolly want to go in there and look at sparring footage, you know what I'm saying, and build up his confidence, no. Ryan's going to go in there and look at sparring footage of you and Jahan when you get knocked out by somebody that a lot of people don't know. I'm rooting for Deb in his next fight, too. It's sickening, but I am. Garcia versus Haney, 2 is on my wish list for 2025. I want Deb to keep that O because it ain't a 0. I start to align for that event. It starts to align. Okay. I didn't know it was going to be this year, though. I mean, Ryan Garcia has Rolly. We don't know what's going to happen in that fight. I don't know if, it might get so dirty, Ryan get cut over the eye, and he have to medically wait until that shit heals. I don't know. Will Goofball have a no KO clause in the contract like he did? You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Now you know, man. Now you know. All those others, special rules bouts. Is he going to have a no knockout clause in there for Canelo? Come on. Canelo said, I do what I want to do. Is it going to be a no knockout clause? You know what I'm saying? Can he only throw 5 punches per round? Hell yeah, 65,000, man. Allegiant Stadium, the first ever do it. Once again, man, this is history, yo. This is history. Yeah, I'm wishing for that undercard, bro. I'm wishing for that undercard for sure. I hope they really stick some fighters on there that's really going to represent. Real talk. But I just wanted y'all to see, definitely, do not take this other fight serious. It shouldn't be taken serious, bro. This is the only one you should be taking serious. 65,000 on deck, Allegiant Stadium, Vegas. One of the mecca footprints of boxing. When it comes down to a fight of this magnitude, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be absolute crazy, y'all. Shout out to everybody who donated to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. One love to y'all. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF and game. Hey, we should do it again another day, another time. In the meanwhile, I'm out.